So there is another updates or good news you can say that SAP Lab already started their placement drive for the 2026 pass out batch. And regarding the recruitment drive, we will discuss lots of points we have already mentioned over here, like what are the rules they are applying or the available for you all. And then definitely we will try to understand what are the selection process are available, how many rounds they have conducted. And after that definitely we'll try to understand the eligibility criteria, who are the right candidate or the choice for this particular role, and if there are any marks criteria is available, so that part need to be discussed. And then CTC, how many what types of perks are available, definitely we will discuss. Then the previous year questions. So each and every year a few students definitely get the opportunity to work under SAP Lab. So we have already communicated with them to get the better idea what type of questions they have faced during their placement process. So definitely previous year questions will also be discussed. And the last thing is the strategy for selections. What are the precautions or what are the steps or how we can prepare in a appropriate way, so that there is a high chance that we can achieve the or we get the job. So these are the few points today we will discuss. Now first, if we try to understand the role, what are the roles are available or what are the role are applying, or it's better if I say what are the roles are available as of now, or what are the role is basically they will offer right now. The role name is basically STAR SAP. Here STAR is nothing but a student training program, a student training and rotation program. So what does it mean? So in a simple way, if you selected for this particular role, apart from your job, there are some MTech course is also available. So basically that there type of training or learning part is also available. And if I get more details about this particular program, so of course it's a paid during your STAR program, you will get some salary. And there are multi-years course are available. The multi-years means basically there are two type of pattern they have normally for. One is basically 2 years, another is the 4 years. So this type of course are available. And during the program, basically the MTech program, definitely there are lots of exposure also be there, like you can get the opportunity to meet the industry experts. There are multiple technology are available in SAP, you can explore on it. So there are lots of things are available inside your role. This is the I would say for the basic level entry in SAP, this is the good choice. Okay, now there is a one question, just sir, why we join this particular program, what are the opportunity or the objective of this particular course. So there are total 7 point we have mentioned. Like if you selected for this course program, definitely it's a paid positions. Definitely your MTech also be completed and you will get some salary as well. And they have means SAP has already tie up with Bits Learning, so they will provide the MTech course. And in the point number 2 I have mentioned applying your theoretical learning or real world situations and collaborations with several businesses or business challenges, which can be for SAP or rather or the other customers also. So there are more options are available to explore your knowledge. And during your program, the STAR program, you can improve your soft skills, communication skills, public speaking, networking. So these are the point they have give some importance. In the point number 4, professionals and social network also be built up, because you would definitely communicate multiple professionals and the expert from industry, expert from SAP. So this type of opportunities are available. And of course you will get some support from the STAR programmer. Their manager will be there, somebody will be there who will guide you how you can complete your learning as well as your job role, how you can learn the new technology. So there are multiple experts also be there who will guide you throughout the program. And of course in the 6th point, after completing this particular program, you will explore more on it, or you will get the opportunity to work in a SAP also, or any other company, any other domain. I would say any other domain you can be deployed. Maybe it's a technical domain, maybe it's a functional domain. So there are multiple opportunity are available in this STAR program. Okay, now if I deep down to the program they have offer, like for the MTech, so this is nothing but a 2 years program. So it's already I just mentioned they have some partner with Bits Learning for the MTech program. Here definitely that learning and the job, both will be covered, and there are some schedule or the details are also be available when you get the opportunity, and that part also be mentions in your profile or in your offer letter. So definitely they will give you the entire details. Now whenever you complete your program, the STAR program, they will definitely check you are the right persons or not, you have completed the learning in appropriate way, then definitely they will convert your role, STAR role, to basically the final positions, or the give you the permanent employee status. So this type of things is also available. Now if you're talking about the syllabus, as I mentioned, this is basically 2 years program. For the first year, they have mentioned some syllabus. Like for the first semester, again you have to learn the object oriented concept and software architecture, cloud computing, agile software process. So multiple things under these programs are available. And in the second semester also you have to learn the DevOps concept, data structure and algorithm, software testing method, and machine learning. So multiple technology or the course are also available, and which is basically trending right now. So this is the complete syllabus for first semester. In the second semester, there are similar type of courses also available, like cross-functional platform applications like the SAP. So if you get some idea, like SAP S4 HANA is basically the cross-functional platform. So here you can understand how these type of applications can be developed, how to write down the code, how to implement it. So this type of things will also be covered in the second semester. And of course the open source platform software of the platform also be available, so you can implement your project, you can develop your project, and you also learn the software management things, also the new technology like blockchain, IoT. So this type of things is also available in the second semester, first semester in second year. Now in the second semester, that means if I'm talking about the fourth semester, and it's a 2 years course, so there is some, you have to submit some research paper to your institutions, and then only your 2 years program will be completed. And there is a maybe the amount can be different, which I have mentioned over here. So initially they will give you the 35,000 per month for the first year, then they will hike this particular amount as a 10% from the second year also, and whatever the fees is required for BITS learning, mostly the tuition fee, the SAP will make that particular payment. So no need to pay any amount to BITS learning, they have some tie-up. So you can say they like it's basically the offered course by the SAP, and they have some understanding with BITS learning. So no need to pay any amount to you, to the organization like the BITS learning. So SAP will be take care of all of these things. Now the most important topic, that is the selection process. So selection process is very, very important. We have to understand how many rounds are available, and inside the round what are the details. So that part also we discuss over here. Like if we're talking about the round number one is basically the online coding test. Okay, so now jump to the next topic, that is the selection process. This is very, very important for all of us. First try to understand how many rounds they have conducted and all the details. So there are 3 rounds are available, round 1, round 2, and round 3. So first try to understand the round 1. So round 1 is nothing but our online coding test. Okay, so under the online coding test, definitely there are 2 coding questions are available. So you have to write down the 2 coding questions, and the language is normally all the languages available like C, C++, or Python, as well as Java. So this type of language are available, there are no such language barrier. Now what are the level of these coding questions? So easy to medium. So according to the previous year, question is basically medium level, you can say. Now what are the topic they have selecting for the coding round? That is array, questions from array, string, linked list, stack, queue, sorting, as well as string. So these are the important topic, or from this topic they set 2 questions. So for that case, definitely you have to go through all the topics which are mentioning over here. Okay, now what are the better way to practice this type of questions? So definitely I would suggest from lead code is the better choice, and few questions also come from the lead code directly for SAP lab, and you can practice the 150 questions which is available in lead code, and the descriptions we also attach the questions list, so definitely you can go through it. Now come back to the next topic, that is the round 2. If you selected for this particular round, then you will move to the round number 2. So round number 2 is basically have 2 different sections or part. One is technical interview, another is technical interview basically 1, another is a technical interview 2. So there are 2 technical interview will be conducted. For the first technical interview, you will start of course from your introduction part. So you have to properly introduce yourselves, Then they will ask questions from your CV, which whatever the tech stack you have mentioned, whatever the project you have mentioned. So definitely they will start the questions from the CV. Then they will ask questions from the OOPS. OOPS is very important portions for SAP lab. Why? Now if you remember, SAP is basically developed using the ABAP programming. ABAP is basically similar, or the ABAP is quite similar to Java. That is object oriented programming. So OOPS concept is very important. There are lots of questions will be asked during your technical interview. Like, then the questions from DSA also be asked, and maybe they will give you pen and paper to write down the code. The code which basically asked during your online coding session. So maybe they will change the questions, or they will change the label of the questions, but you have to write down the pseudo code or the functions in pen and paper. And definitely few questions can also be asked from the DBMS. So this is the technical interview 1. Now again, if you selected for the technical interview 1, then you will jump to the technical interview 2. So there they will start the interview process from the project which you have mentioned in your resume. So each and every point you have to remember regarding your project. Like, they can ask the questions during your project, what are the challenges you have faced, how you can solve it, or what are the tech stack you have used. There are multiple tech stack also be there, but why you have choose this type of tech stack, what is your point, what are your objective. So this type of questions will be asked, and definitely they will ask what is your role to develop this particular project. So again you have to explain it. And if you mention this is a group project, then definitely they will ask what are the topic or the portions your teammate has worked. So again, not only your part, your friends part also be known. So definitely they will ask lots of questions from your projects. So this is the important part. Then again they will ask some puzzle based questions, and also the questions you have mentioned in your resume. So this type of way they normally follow for the technical interview too. Now if you ask me, they said which one is basically more difficult, for technical interview 1 or technical interview 2. So it's very difficult to say the importance of technical interview 1 or technical interview 2. So both the interview is very important. And of course, if you select or if you qualify for the technical interview 1, then only you move to the technical interview 2. Now there is a one question, sir, if I qualify for this technical interview 2, is there any chance that I would get rejection mail from technical interview 2? Definitely yes. Lots of students also qualify for the technical interview 1, but they are not eligible for the technical interview 2. So you have to take each and every sections or the round in a serious way. Okay, then if you clear that in technical interview 2, then the last round is basically the HR round. So under the HR round, again they may ask you the technical questions, but normally they start from your personal questions, like what is your strength, what is your weakness, do you have any idea about SAP, what are the products they are using or they are developing, or also they can ask you if you know the Python and we get a project where you have to learn the new technology, maybe the ABAP or the S/4HANA or SAP basics. So multiple technology are available. Do you have that particular eagerness or hungriness to learn the new technology? So they will ask this type of questions. And one is a funny experience I want to share. Like in the HR round or the technical interview too, definitely they will give one questions from aptitude. So you cannot predict what type of questions can be asked, but normally this type of pattern they normally follow. Okay, and in a HR round, normally they check the candidate, what are the behavior of the candidate. And if you stick to a particular domain or technology and you do not want to move to or you do not want to learn new technology, then there is a less chance to select. So always remember, learning is not a fixed way or the path. So each and every day you have to learn. Technology is basically moving super fast. So again, day by day the technology is changing. So you have to learn new technology. So that eagerness must be there. Okay, they will definitely check. So these are the round they normally conduct for this particular role. Now what are the eligibility criteria? Of course, this is especially for the BTech student who have a computer knowledge, like CSE, IT, CST or AIML, like basically the CS aligned department. So these are the department can be part for this particular role. And there is a marks criteria, of course, like for 10th you need 60% marks, for 12 I think it's a 60% for 12, and for BTech there should be minimum 70% marks. Now if any student get 99.99 in 10th or 12th, it's not a 70% as per my knowledge, this is 60%. Okay, so if any student got 59.99%, they are eligible for this particular role? Definitely no, you cannot round up it exactly 60%, minimum 60% for 10th and 12th. Okay, this is the simple criteria. Now there is a one confusion, like if any student has a diploma apart from BTech, so they are eligible? No, diploma candidate is not available. Now if any student has a diploma as well as class 12, so then he or she is available eligible or not? Definitely yes, they are eligible if they do not showcase their diploma. So they only highlight that they have completed class 12 instead of diploma. Is there any year gap is available? Yes, I think 1 or 2 year gap can be considered over here. No such criteria for year gap. So only the criteria is make sure you are from this particular branch and you have minimum 60% marks for 10th as well as 12th and 70% marks for BTech. This is the simple selection eligibility criteria. Now come back to the next topic, that is the CTC. So as it's basically MTech oriented program apart from your job. So normally the stipend is basically 4.9 LPA, and also free of cost you can also complete your MTech course from Bitsville and which is sponsored by SAP itself. So these are the two things. Now come back to the previous year questions. What are the questions normally they have asked during the coding round or the technical interview? So I have just summarized over here. So as I mentioned, the level of the question is not too hard. So you can already understand the prime number sum. This is very simple or easy type of questions. Count the number of preference, like if there are some special character are available, so instead of the arithmetic operations you have to count it. And similar type of question is also there, like the counter character, or you have to find the nth largest elements, right? Or you have to move all the zero to the end in an array. So this type of things is also available. These type of questions are also asked, and questions from the EP and GP series and second largest element. This is basically the very simple or medium level questions normally set in their coding round. Now in the technical round, they normally ask the questions from array or linked list. So I just mentioned as a difference between array and linked list. So there are multiple questions can be asked. Difference between array and queue, and why we have used, what are the implementations, and can you give us some real life of example why we have used queue and array. So this type of questions also be asked, and what are the fundamentals of OOPS, or what are the principle of OOPS. So concept is also be there. The acid property, this is the very important topics. So there are multiple questions can be asked, and the fundamental questions from DBMS. So these are the questions they normally asked, or they are normally set for their coding round. And yes, there are no such limitations are there, like the exactly similar type of questions can be asked, but it of course not. You have to go through all the questions which you have learned during your academic purpose or the technical sessions, and so that you can write down the code. Okay, I would suggest again, of course you practice some questions which is available in LeetCode. So LeetCode is one of the best platform. Okay, and there is some strategy we just highlighting over here. Like of course these are the topic we have mentioned, so you have to be clear the concept, all these particular topics which I have mentioned over here. Now apart from that, your project knowledge, whatever the project you are mentioning in your CV, so make sure each and every details you know about your project. So they will ask multiple questions from your project. They will try to confuse you so that they can understand that this project is basically originally developed by you or not, or you just copy paste from the Google and paste it over here. So they will ask lots of questions from your project. And the fundamental knowledge on the SAP, like what are the type of technical or the fundamental modules are available. So if I take a simple example, like the same questions also asked in the previous year. Like they have explained, the SAP has a multiple products. Now for an example, SAP S/4HANA is the one of the product. They have given the basic concept or the details. Now they will ask you, you have to explain this SAP product to a 5-year child. So how you can explain it? This is the question they normally asked. Or if you have any knowledge about technical modules or the functional module, this is basically the good opportunity for you. Or if you have some certifications like record of achievement or the global certification, so definitely they will ask, what are the topic we have learned, have you developed any projects, or what are the course curriculum you have covered, what are the things you know. So this is basically the important part if you explain properly from this particular sections. Now the communication skill, this is also very important. So definitely they will check the communication skill is proper or not, they will communicate their client or not. So this type of things will also be checked. And last thing is basically eager to know the new technology. So we have get one opportunity to visit SAP Lab Bangalore, and we have also communicated to the HR team, and they directly mentions that they need candidate or student who has a eagerness to learn the new technology. So this is the one important things they again and again mentioning. We do not know a robot, like they will stick to a one program or one technology. Day by day definitely each and everything is already changing, so student must learn the new technology. Okay, so we have multiple discussions, we have multiple opportunity we have also get to know, but I do not disclose over here, but try to understand this is a simple strategy, and prepare well, and the informations can be available in our description, so you can follow it. And lastly, yes, all the best to all of you, so that you can clear the assessment, the round, and you get the job. And that's the good news for all of us if you get the opportunity to work in SAP labs. Okay, that's it. Tata, bye bye.